I was reading this book and I was thinking about I went through a little like belief system, fucking overcame a little belief system
Mm.
on the drive here, and I recognized it, and I did it so fast that I was like, wait, hold on, I just fully overcame this belief system, and this is probably something good to share. So in my professional, and this is behind working and achieving what I needed to achieve. So in my head, I recognized that I've been slightly lazier than normal this past few days. And I was like, okay, why is that? That's a bit weird. And then I was like, it's because good things are now happening, like results are coming, that I'm starting to ease up. And then I was like, wait, is that actually the reason? And I started thinking, I was like, I don't believe that I'm successful yet. And I was like, that's interesting. Why is that? Well, what's going on there? And I was like, because usually as soon as like I achieve a certain level of success or achievement, I'll slow down and I'll fuck it up. But this time I was like, all right, let's not do that. What's stopping you from working harder? It's like, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I
I
just
can't even
think no, but
visualize
I
it.
think that I think the belief is because you keep reaffirming to yourself, just in the way I kept on reaffirming to myself that I'm not a nice person. You keep reaffirming that you're lazy. You're reaffirming that you're
I
giving
don't think
directives to the brain.
I don't think I actually believe that I'm lazy, but
Yeah, but you keep reaffirming it. You keep verbalizing it. You
I
keep
do verbalize it.
yeah. So like words have power, especially like just how the other day. So everyone the other day, we went to go and film, and I actually had like a proper fucking breakdown, which I've talked to people, and I think that people could see that it was coming because I was pretty super stressed out, stressing myself out, and blaming it, like projecting it outwards and blaming it on other people. But anyway, and so Brian, instead of us filming, because I couldn't, like I was crying and everything. Brian like literally just like gave me some of his tips and tricks that he's used to turn himself into his version that of person that he is now. So anyway, one of them was to write down the characteristics of I got 113 now.
Mad. That's
Yeah.
good. That's
So
good.
write down the characteristics of the person that you would like. I saw it as if you could choose any version of you in any kind of reality, so having any type of experience, what would that person's characteristics be? So anyway, I wrote down 113. It was meant to be 50, but it was just like once I started going, it was so easy. I wrote down 113 characteristics. And since then, I've come to the realization that you can be whoever you want to be right this moment. You could be that, I don't know, whoever you want to be, like a superstar, whatever, and you just look at their characteristics and you start behaving like that. And even the word behaving, if you separate be and having, it's be having. So to behave means that you will eventually have all that person. Do you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
step into that reality of yourself. So essentially, what I'm saying to you is that if you keep reaffirming that you're lazy, you're seeing that and identifying that as a characteristic, and you're going to act accordingly. But the second major realization that I had from that is that everything's a choice. We have complete free will to be anything. If you want to be angry and if you are angry, it's because you're choosing to be angry. If you want to be lazy, it's because you're choosing to be lazy. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to choose to be happy all the time. Like, whatever the external situation is, it doesn't matter. I have the choice to be happy and remain happy. So, and you know what? Seeing all the LA wildfires and all the people like who've like fucking lost everything, and some of them are just so positive and they're choosing to focus on the positive things. I can guarantee that these people are going to have really positive outcomes in the long run because they're maintaining a state of being positive. And on a
Yeah.
quantum level, you're going to end up in a positive reality.
Yeah. Who was that? Who was that psychologist? The one Viktor Frankl. He has a book about he was Jewish and he was in the Nazi concentration
Yeah,
camp.
yeah,
So I read his book, like I've read it like two or three times, but this was when I was like 19 and 17. Um, and the whole book is about he went through the worst torturous situations ever, like literally physically getting tortured. But it explains that in his head, he refused to let that get to him.
yeah,
So he always stayed positive, always He had different strategies to keep sane because a lot of those people do go insane, and
Mm.
he watched countless of people go insane. But he literally outlines how your brain is that powerful that you can not let anything that happens to you in this world affect you or affect your mind. So the fact that he can go through such an extreme situation and still stay happy, and obviously he does have like the strategies to do that. Like one of them was you need to be constantly working on yourself, working on something. So he was writing his book during the concentration camps. That's what kept his mind active,
Mm.
and that's what kept it engaged, and then that's what also allowed him to stay happy. But it means for us, whatever happens in your life, it really is our choice
Yeah,
and how you let
100%.
it affect you.
And I can see as well, like how keeping yourself busy during tumultuous times kind of gives that experience a positive purpose.
Yeah, for
Do you know
sure,
what I mean?
for
And I think
sure.
that you need to be able to reframe it like that. Because
Yeah.
if you don't, it's really dangerous territory. You start victimizing yourself. Why me? You
Why
know,
me? Why is this happening
once
to
you're a
me?
victim, oh
And
my
then you're
goodness,
screwed.
you dig yourself into a fucking hole and you become blind. I have
Yeah.
so much more clarity now as well since that day. So I've stopped calling it a breakdown. I've started referring to it as a breakthrough because that's genuinely how I feel. And as crazy as it's going to sound, I feel like I've jumped realities as well because I keep seeing differences in my reality now. So I feel like I'm that much closer to the version of me in my little vision that I have. Do you want to know what my little vision is?
What
It's
is it?
literally like, it's not even like, I don't know, like, I want to stop being so focused. I feel like our society is so focused on what we do. Like, it's, we've always got to be doing. And I'm just like, fuck, like, I want to focus on what I am being. Like, I mean, I could be a rich CEO, but I have just such a negative personality and like I'm mean and I'm bitter. Or I could be the happiest janitor in the world and just have such a great experience. I really don't feel like it is what we do, it's what we be. So anyway, that's why my little vision, I don't know what my career is because I'm not really focused, but I have money. So
Yeah.
like it obviously comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
So but I'm leaving that up to the universe to like just decide for me based on what it already knows about if that makes sense. But anyway, so I essentially just have this like giant like Moroccan style like house and it looks like it's on a beach somewhere in like maybe Puerto Rico. And then I have this giant pool that's like beautiful, but it's like one of those natural pools. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
So it's like a natural pool and it's got like fucking fishes and shit in it. It doesn't have chlorine. It's just natural water. I think they get it from like inside the earth and it
Yeah.
pulls the water up. And then it's like I've got my own private beach and then I've got like my own private gym with like all of the workout equipment that I use. I've got my own
Yeah.
reformer Pilates machine, and I'm just like so happy and like carefree. Yeah, so that's like my little vision. So, and then I was like, thinking about my vision and what I was lacking at. And I was just like, I just have to start being like that now, and then I'll eventually tune into that. And I don't care about what part, like how I get there. It really doesn't faze me. Like I think that's the like the part that you need to allow to unfold, and that's where all of the adventure comes from.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
So.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in like same but different. Same but different. Like you know how you've envisioned where you want to be? So I did that same exact thing. The little exercise I did back ages ago was literally what does my ideal like if I could have anything be anywhere, what would my ideal scenario be? And I pictured it, and I pictured where I was, where I was waking up, what my ideal day looks like, who I was next to, who was around me, what I was doing during the day, what I was doing at night, and what I was doing on the weekends, where I was going. I pictured all of that. Even to this day, like I have that in my head. And that's one of the reasons that drives me to get my business and my finances very sorted is to
Mm,
create that reality.
mm,
But I do have a plan to doing that. Like so coming from for a long time I didn't have a plan. I was like, okay, I know this is where I'm gonna be. How the fuck am I gonna get there? I don't know. And then for a long time I just naturally started doing things. So by like 17, I was working at a cafe and I was like, all right, I know business is one of those things to make a lot of money to make this a reality. So I was looking around, I was like, how's this being managed? How is staffing being managed? What's going on here? Like, what are the issues this business is running? And then by like 19, I was working at KFC, and I was like, all right, now I can see how this is being operated. Customer service, what's important for that? What do customers want to hear? Like, how important is a smile? How important is the person that's behind the counter? How do they affect whoever's working with them? And then I worked sales. I was like, I'm going to need to learn sales at some point. So I did door knocking, I did phone call sales, I also did shopping center sales. I was like, all right, now I
How
understand
was that?
sales. It was actually sweet, eh? The trick
Really?
to sales is emotions. So if you can stay happy, no matter what
There you go, guys.
outcome,
Happiness.
if you can
Yeah.
stay happy no matter what, how many times people say no, you'll do amazing. Those
Yeah.
sales will convert because your energy is infectious and people will feel that off you, and then they'll be more than happy to go
Yeah,
through.
because you're affecting the quantum field. So you're going to get positive results when you're maintaining your state of joy.
Yeah.
See, you're just proving me
The
right.
people that do shit at sales are the people that first don't have like an awareness of the person you're talking to. So you
Mm,
also have to be socially aware to how are they feeling, what do they want. You're never gonna get a sale from someone who doesn't want to. You can never convince someone to buy something that they don't want.
mm.
That's impossible. They have to at least want it, and then you can guide them through. All right, this. Why are you making this decision? How will it help you? If you didn't have this thing, like what would that look like? How did it affect your families? And then you just guide them through, and they make the decision themselves.
Yeah.
But you also have to stay happy because if you're a little sad, depressed, so they're not going to want to talk to you.
So I suppose like that tip that I was talking to you about like what you do with people, like you implant the idea into
Yeah,
them and then
yeah,
make them feel like they've come up with the idea themselves. They're
yeah,
much more likely to go and do it. Yeah.
for sure, for sure. And then I also went into uni. I started with accounting. I was like, I'm gonna need accounting someday.
Yeah.
And then I did finance. I was like, money. We might as well learn about money. And then came into this job, and I was like, wait, I'm earning enough. I don't need this degree. I've almost learned all the areas that I need. Human resource management was learned through like KFC and that cafe. So I was like, I got all the pillars for business. I already know in my head what to do. So I got this job, and I was good at it, and I was like, man, this is where I want to start a company, and that's going to be my foundation. And then from then on, I also started training, got good at fitness. I was like, I want to start a future online personal training business as well. And then from there, I don't know, well, probably going to investing in real estate because I understand real estate's another good thing. And then after that, it was probably going to be investing in people like myself now who are starting up, don't know what to do, but are extremely driven. Help them, give them funding, and then just teach. And that's
Mm.
going to be like the end goal. And then I'll have that reality that I envision in myself come to fruition.
And then where to from there?
Do whatever I want.
Mm.
Probably just continue teaching whatever I feel like doing.
I feel like you have to have a new vision then because I feel like the goal is not really the outcome, it's the journey, right?
Yeah, the journey is everything.
Yeah.
So like even what like 17 to 22, I had no idea how I was gonna make my first million, and then somehow now I'm like the path is so clear to me, and I'm already on it, and I'm chilling. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm just happy all the time. And then I also understand that I do get stressed. I do things piss me off, but I'm like, that's part of the process. That's the enjoyable. It's like a movie. The movie can't be happy all the time. You got little bumps, little dips, but the that's what makes the movie enjoyable in the first
I
place.
challenge that. I think that you can experience challenges just like that guy in the concentration camp, and you can maintain a state of joy within all experiences. I think that's the choice. And I think that whenever you experience any type of deviation of emotion apart from, those joyous kind of emotions, that's your guidance system that's telling you that you're not in alignment with that version of self that you're attempting to tune into.
That's so interesting though, because I remember one of my favorite games I've ever played was God of War,
Mm.
and I remember there was this one boss, and it took me 4 days to beat her. But in those 4 days, I was like stressed out, getting pissed off, sweating. I was like rage quitting, and I'd come in the next day and then I'd plan like breaks for like an hour to eat something, to then refresh and like figuring out different strategies and then going off doing other quests. It was like a whole in completely frustrating 4 days.
For the entire 4 days, every single moment of that 4 days, were you completely frustrated? Every single moment.
No, no, of course
No, well,
not.
that's what I'm saying. So it would be those moments when you're not frustrated that's actually helping you to achieve that goal. It's those moments of frustration which are causing the stagnation because you're out of alignment with it.
Okay, I see.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not to say that you can't utilize those negative emotions to
Yeah,
put you back into alignment. You utilize the contrast to show you that that's not what you want. So you
it's
line back up with it.
I liked the frost because it
Yeah,
made
you get a
the
payoff from it.
yeah,
That's
it
you
was
get a
so
you
fun. It was
that's
like
your
the
that's why you hold
best.
on to it because you get a pay you believe that you get a payoff from it. That's why you hold on to it. And that's fine if that's what you want to continue. But I'm just saying that there are easier ways to go about things. It's not the path of least resistance by any means.
Yeah,
But you do believe that you get a payoff from it.
I do. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's why you're choosing to hold on to it. Any belief that isn't actually a beneficial belief that we choose to hold on to because that's what we do. We believe we get a payoff from it. So it's like you just have to figure out what the payoff is and see if it's really
worth it.
equitable.
Oh, yeah, equitable.
Yeah.
Equitable as in worth it, or equitable as in
Like as if it's like if it's really if it's really an equal exchange of value.
yeah.
Yeah, equitable.
Okay,
I did use
interesting.
that. You made me feel like I didn't use the word in that right
No,
context.
I just needed to know what you meant by equitable. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting because I enjoy. I'll purposely put like the difficulty to the second hardest for every game I play
Mm.
because I like the. I do.
You
There is
like
a
the
payoff
challenge, yeah.
in the challenge and the frustration. I do enjoy that,
Yeah.
which is means like I will purposely put myself in situations. Now they're all positive. They all have positive outcomes, but before I used to put myself in negative outcome situations where I'm overcoming challenges that I just didn't need to overcome. But you helped me do that.
Mm.
You told me to do that actually. Tian helped me out with that one because I dig myself little holes, but I'd enjoy like digging myself out of the hole. So she was like, "Why don't you reframe every good thing as like different challenges to overcome?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll do that."
No, it's just like every positive has a negative. So it's just like if you're seeing an event, only seeing it in the positive way instead of creating drama and stress for yourself, which Brian was just creating more
Yeah,
drama for
man, all
himself.
the time, all the
I was
time.
like, why don't you just choose to see both like the holism of the experience, the positive and the negative side, and then you can use that contrast that you witness in the negative side of the positive thing to
Yeah,
grow.
like for
I don't
example.
know. That wasn't a very easy way to
No,
explain it.
no. For example, I just landed a client. I'm really happy with it. The negative to that is that now I have to start worrying about if the invoices go through and contacting different people just for the as part of the deal. Instead of me fucking going out drinking, celebrating.
And calling your boss up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of doing that shit, now I'm just like, oh, there is still challenges there, even though it's like a really good outcome. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for
Bye.
watching Lights On podcast. I don't know when this will come out, but
Thanks for tuning in.
enjoy.
Say bye.